Hi, it's Annalisa from myspiritualfriend.com again. I wanted to talk today about when you're implementing the law of attraction or consciously manifesting your life and creating the world around you. How do you know that it's sort of starting to happen, especially if you have some big general idea of, I want the love of my life to enter my life, or I want the dream job, and you're sitting there waiting around, crickets, or I want to manifest influx of money and I want to have X, Y, and Z paycheck, or whatever it is. Or, I have a lot of clients who want to develop their psychic abilities. How do we do that? Or their intuition. Intuition and psychic are the same thing. I use them interchangeably. A lot of people feel way more comfortable with intuition because it doesn't seem like, you should be looking into a crystal ball or whatever. I use them interchangeably. There is no difference. It's whatever your comfort level is. Anyway, so if you want to know, how do we know before it happens? And how do we know that what we've put out there is happening for us? And how do we also stay in that vibration of, we start to do the law of attraction. We get all excited. We're like, I can do this. And you're in the energy. You're like, I'm positive. I'm putting it all out there. But how do you stay there, right? How do you know that the universe is hearing your request or your intention? And so I say it as an intention because it really is more of an intention than a request, because when you request, you're focusing on not having it. And that sort of detracts from it and gives you more of not having. So we've put out there, I want the love of my life. I want to be in love and have somebody love me back and all of that. So I put my mantras down, I put down my ideas, or I make my vision board and I put it away and I'm positive and it's coming and I'm going to get it. Well, then what? Well, I guarantee you within a very short period, I would say within 24 hours, you'll start receiving love. Now, I'm not talking about the one romantic, bam, that person's here. I'm talking about love. And love comes in all forms and comes from all people, kids and adults, and it's romantic love, and it's platonic love, and it's just a kind gesture from a neighbor or a friend or a stranger, or it's a compliment. These are all small forms of tiny gestures of love, and they aren't any less significant or important. So what'll happen is you'll notice that someone opens a door for you. Well, don't say no. Don't tell them, no, that's okay, I got it. Because that's just a slight form of love, small form of love. So say, oh gosh, thank you so much. Because what you want to do is start to recognize when the universe sends you forms of love, and accept them. Allow yourself to receive that love. Because if you're not going to receive that and you're going to block that, then that big thing can't come. That drain pipe that you've had shut off for a really long time isn't going to crank open really well if you're blocking off the little ones, little drips of whatever that are kind of going to come out to you, love, money, whatever energy, if you think about flow. So recognize and accept and appreciate, because that's a huge part of the universe and the snowball effect that happens. And if you think of the avalanche happens, it's got to get rolling. The energy has to get rolling. And that's also how you keep yourself in that motivation and in that higher vibrational state and in that more harmonious state of where you want to be, right? So it's, oh gosh, they opened the door for me, or I got a compliment today. And instead of going, oh, when someone says, oh, I really like your shirt, or you don't go, oh, well, yeah, it's only from insert discount store, or I only paid insert low amount of money. Because number one, that's a little form of love from a friend or a stranger. You've then downgraded yourself, you've downgraded the compliment, and you've downgraded that person because that person genuinely likes it. So it should be, gosh, thank you so much. That really means a lot. Or, oh, what a nice surprise. Thank you. That was nice to hear something like that. Thank you. I really appreciate that because I value your opinion, or I think you've got great taste too, so that makes me feel really good. You're sending back love. The more you put out, the more you get. And it's not disingenuous to do that. It's not hokey. It's not, the other thing is if you're, wanting to get a certain job or whatever, if you're putting out love into the world, this is another great way to use love, people are going to notice that your vibration is changing, right? And so then maybe if you've manifested you want to do love and a job, maybe people start to notice a change in you, that you're accepting and allowing and receiving good in your life, and you're giving good and you're putting good out. And they go, I never would have thought about them to recommend for my friend who's going to hire, but gosh, they seem really great. And I wouldn't be, worried about what I would look like if I recommend them. There's some people that you want to you won't recommend for anything because you're worried, like, oh, I don't know about their work ethic, or sometimes they can be a bit abrasive, or they're kind of negative. So if you start to shift your energy and change it, a lot of great things will come into your life. So you'll start getting things right away, but it's not going to be the big get. When I first started developing my abilities, I've had them my whole life, but when I really started kind of figuring out that I could tap into it and it wasn't just something that happened to me, I had to start little. I had to start just acknowledging and admitting to myself the small things were happening. And I'd start writing them down. And then I'd say, thanks guys for letting me know you're here. I really appreciate it. And you know what? Spirit started letting me know they were around more and more and more. And, they'd give me little nudges in certain directions, or give me a warning, like, my favorite is that started happening with my third daughter, is like, bring a diaper, she's gonna have a blowout or whatever. Bring that extra outfit with, because I'm, by the third kid, sometimes you just grab and run. And it's in all different kinds of ways that they're gonna let you know, and it's small ways. And if you acknowledge and thank the universe, God, whatever you want to say, the flow starts to go more, because you start to stay in that vibrational state of recognizing and being in harmony with where you want to be. When you start to say, like, or if you want to get money, right? And you're like, oh, well, I want this really big thing. And then, you get a free coffee, or you get, my kid handed me a penny one day. And if you just throw that away, then you're stopping money, and you're like, oh, but it's only a penny, but it's something. So if you can start to recognize the little things and be positive about the little things, then it kind of all starts to fall in place, and you start to, again, your vibrational level stays up, and you see more and recognize more and appreciate more. I know people poo-poo the whole, like, I'm grateful. Well, when you say it kind of like, oh, so grateful and blessed, but you're just saying it as almost to one up somebody else, like, look at me, I am, and you're not. But if you're truly, genuinely appreciative of the things that you have and the things that the universe brings to you, you'll get more. It just keeps happening. The more you get, the more you have, the more you receive. The more appreciation you have, the more gratitude you have, the more awareness of all of the stuff that you have, it just starts to come more and more and more. The more you can find joy, the more joy you get, the more love you can find and appreciation you can find, the more love and appreciation you notice in the world. And it's the same thing with physical, tangible things. And it's a way to, like, kind of keep you up when you're waiting for that bigger thing to happen and that bigger thing to come. It's to help you go, okay, it's coming, it's coming. The other thing is, if you didn't have the little things along the way, if that big thing hits you all of a sudden, like tomorrow, you're like, oh, I'm in love, you'd go, wait a minute, there's got to be a catch here. There's a trick. This isn't real. I don't deserve this. I'm not sure. But if you have the small things along the way, you go, okay, all right, because this is what it's been building up to. Same thing with my psychic abilities. If I woke up one day 10 years ago where I'm at now, and my ability to communicate with spirit and the clearness that things come through, and my my medical intuition, I would be overwhelmed. I would have gone into probably had to go to a hospital, felt crazy, like a lunatic, and all of that. But the fact that it's happened slowly over time and it builds more and more and more, it's manageable. You know, we still are, even though it's possible to get everything overnight, like the universe doesn't say like it has to be, we're still in this human being body. You know, we're still muggles. we're in this earthly plane, and so we sort of have to adjust to how it can happen in this earthly plane. I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like my video, please like it, subscribe, click the bell, and whenever I post new videos, you'll get a little notification that I've posted a new video. To everybody who is supporting me and who is sharing my information, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really, really, really appreciate. I'm so sensitive. It's all the water in my chart. I apologize. I've gotten a whole bunch of really great feedback. Some of the other videos, the one on forgiving yourself, I've gotten some really, really lovely feedback from people who it's really helped them and made a difference in their process of healing and growing and ascending. And I've just gotten some really lovely feedback from people who I respect and love a whole lot. So thank you so much for listening. Thanks for your time. Sorry. Like, subscribe. Seriously, I have so much water in my chart. I cry over everything. Ask everybody. Like me, subscribe, and I really, really, really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Annalisa, myspiritualfriend.com. Thanks.